Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. The hurricane season begins today. We look at two communities usually hard hit and what to expect this season. Renowned pastor Reverend Al Miller calls for a review of COVID-19 containment measures, and later in sports, Brianna Williams, first junior to run sub-11 seconds. I'm Anthony Lugg. Here are the details. It's the start of the hurricane season today, and there's worry in Wees Road, Bull Bay, St. Andrew. Still reeling from last year's devastation caused by flooding, the people complain that little mitigation work has been done to prevent a recurrence. Sandy Williams visited the community yesterday and now reports.
Dirt piled along the banks of the Chalky River in Bull Bay, St. Andrew for as far as the eye can see. Some of it came from homes of residents in Wees Road after major flooding last year. Residents of Wees Road in Bull Bay, St. Andrew are still reeling from the impacts of heavy rains last year. This car behind me stands as a grim reminder of what took place last November. The strips on the...
And we apologize for that, but we will have that story a little later on in the newscast. And there's also mounting fear and frustration in Gordontown, St. Andrew. Residents who were left marooned after a section of the road collapsed last year believe things could get worse if a hurricane season hits the island before the road repairs are completed. Kalisha Williams was in the area and now reports.
Well, nothing much has changed here in Gordontown, St. Andrew, since a massive section of the road collapsed in November 2020. Now, this is how the people have been leaving and accessing the community. They made the trek across the breakaway to awaiting taxis, which take them to their destination. But that has been drilling holes in their pockets.
We have to pay $200 for come here, so, and then pay for go down and other places where we work, we have to find. It's over $1,000 to $1,500 a day we have to spend for bus fare up and down, so it's really hard.
But a glimmer of hope. 77 feet below, workmen working assiduously to meet the August-September deadline.
To date, we have gone about 37 feet. We're at the stage now where the first lift of the retaining structure is being backfilled. Based on where we are now, we believe that we will come in ahead of that contractual timeline, because the more difficult part of the construction process, which is the reinforced concrete wall, would have completed that.
I don't know, it's really take a miracle, you know, to meet the deadline, you know, because they said that August or September, but based on the pace and how things going, we really don't know.
But now more danger is looming. With the hurricane season now upon us, residents are fearful.
If them not hurry up, I know say it will have an impact on the brockway, so them have to just do it, them have to do fast and quick. You understand? Because this time of the year and hurricane season, water flash through, you understand? So when water fall in a Gordontown, you don't know, say it fall rapid and it run on the road straight.
It's not pretty. So right now we are worrying, we're really worrying and hoping and pray that, you know, God will have some mercy on us.
Whatever so happen, we can't separate from come. And if it's not done, it's not done.
Now, meteorologists in the United States have already predicted a likely range of 13 to 20 storms for this Atlantic hurricane season, with the possibility for 6 to 10 becoming hurricanes. Reporting from Gordontown in St. Andrew, I'm Kalisha Williams. It's back to you in studio.
And we now go back to an earlier story in Wees Road, Bull Bay, St. Andrew, where residents are still reeling from last year's devastation caused by flooding. The people complain that little mitigation work has been done to prevent a recurrence.
Dirt piled along the banks of the Chalky River in Bull Bay, St. Andrew for as far as the eye can see. Some of it came from homes of residents in Wees Road after major flooding last year. Residents of Wees Road in Bull Bay, St. Andrew are still reeling from the impacts of heavy rains last year. This car behind me stands as a grim reminder of what took place last November. The strips on the wall of this house serve as a daily reminder of the devastation for Babette Marage. It took weeks and lots of manpower to clean the river, but the residents are not satisfied.
What they are doing, they're cleaning, and they're using that same cleaning sand and banking it up on the sides. So if we get a heavy rain right now, what do you think is going to happen? All of that is going to be softened down, don't it? And it's going to collapse back down inside of it and fold it up back again. So it's like it would be a waste of time cleaning it like that. You need to get it all out because I know it don't reach the grind side yet.
As the 2021 Atlantic hurricane season begins, the residents are terrified the river will overflow its banks again.
I tell you right now, I don't know my bedded from my bed food because the hurricane season is coming up again. And why, where we pass through, wouldn't like to pass through that again.
I want to leave before it starts. What I experienced November 8th, talking to you now, my eye full of water. I don't want to go back to it. If you look on my foot, when I drop in the water, my children can try to save me and grandchildren.
Some rebuilding has taken place, such as this perimeter fence, but overall, recovery has been slow.
I have to find money now to go and get a backhoe to bring back the level of right here and right there over that side. Reason being, when the rain do fall, it's all coming back down. So I have to just try to take it time and time. And it wasn't petty cash. Trust me.
It mashed me up so till me I weigh 140 pounds and me look me I weigh 125 pounds. When me see the water in the bathroom, me want to bathe and afraid. I'm not afraid to tell nobody that. Since me got after the 3rd of May, me realize that me I revive.
After the incident, there had been talks of relocation, but action has been slow. It's why the people are making this appeal.
I suggest they come and clean the riverbed properly. Dig it out until them reach the grind. If them can get even, like the, what do they call them, retainer walling, concrete walling, is if forget them and clock it come down, then put it at that.
Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
And it's now time for a break. Stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back. Continuing the news. Jamaicans are being warned to prepare this hurricane season, which runs from June 1 to November 30. Meteorologist at the Met Service, Romaine Robinson, says this season is predicted to be near normal with 20 named storms, 10 hurricanes, and 5 major hurricanes. Despite this, he says changes can occur at any moment.
As always, it's a hurricane season. It's very hard to say what's going to happen this early. But as you know, it's always a good idea to make sure that your surroundings are prepared, make sure that you are prepared. It's COVID. We know that conditions for a lot of persons have been deteriorating in terms of financially and so forth. So at this point in time, if it is possible for you to take any kind of precaution from now, it's a very good idea to do so.
In the meantime, Mr. Robinson says although the rainfall for this wet season has been slightly less, there's still no sign of severe drought.
We haven't had a significant drought compared to previous seasons. So it wouldn't really be fair to say that we're under extreme drought or severe drought or even normal drought. The drought conditions have not been as long-lasting as they've been in the previous years.
To some other news now, the calls continue for the government to scrap some of the COVID-19 containment measures. This time, we have a perspective from the religious community. Renowned clergyman Reverend Al Miller contends curfews and lockdowns are not working. O'Shane Masters reports.
It cannot be business as usual in dealing with COVID-19. That's according to Reverend Al Miller, just hours before Prime Minister Andrew Holness is expected to announce new measures to curtail the spread of the virus. He is of the view that the lockdowns and curfews which have been in place over the last 15 months have only caused greater problems for the society.
The lockdowns, we have to re-examine it, look at the approach, and even how we fight COVID that is still with us, that there are other ways to fight it so that we can diminish the negative impact.
He says he has seen firsthand the devastating impact of the COVID measures on the most vulnerable in society, which has also resulted in an increase in crime. It's why the renowned Reverend says the time has come for the country to reopen and other measures be looked at to contain the spread of the virus.
It is not either or. We can accomplish both, but it needs bold measures and a commitment to be willing to move in a new direction now.
He's also suggesting that the government comes to a national consensus before another lockdown is implemented. A similar call has been made by President of the Jamaica Manufacturers and Exporters Association, Richard Pandui, who says he expects to hear a relaxation of containment measures today. He says the state has been set for such an announcement, with daily COVID numbers trending down in recent weeks. In the meantime, Reverend Miller is denouncing critics who say that the position he has taken is for greater numbers in church.
That's not a major issue. I can't get around that. So people who think that that's narrow-minded are missing the point. I am interested in the best welfare of a country. I'm interested in what is affecting hundreds of thousands of the poor people of this country. That is where I'm concerned, not about church. We can work around that. Of course, that needs to be revisited. No question about that, because we are now realizing it is not necessary to on that way. But that's this very secondary to my mind, as important as it is.
O'Shane Masters, TVJ News.